the situation with I want to know the situation with Bel Air. How did that come about? I see you repping a lot of Bel Air and
Yeah.
Because I support who
supports you,
and not just that, just like the love, you know. It's the love because I can pick up the phone and I can say, listen, I need you to do this. I need you to come over here, and he doing it. And when he move, he got to bring a staff, so it's a payroll just to come and fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he do, I love champagne. I love Ace of Spades, but shit, Ace of Spades, I can't drink Ace of Spades every day. It's expensive, right? So you got Bel Air, so let's switch that thing out. You see what I'm saying? I drink champagne every day.
Yeah.
As we got champagne, we got Bel Air all over the house.
Support
you know,
any way you can. Simple as that.
Anyway, so whatever it is, I'm going to support. I'm going to support it. You know, and just because, yeah, he the boss and got the world, you know, hollering his name, you know, who's really giving it like support, like for real? I don't want anything. I just want to keep the motion going, but at the same time, when you connect yourself with certain people, places, and things, it does something to your motion.
Most definitely.
Power to power.
It does.
It does something to your motion.
I feel me personally. I feel like he's the hardest working motherfucker in the
industry. He is.
Ain't nobody work harder than him. Ain't nobody move. I mean, I don't see nobody. I ain't saying that because I'm a dog, but ain't nobody move harder and more like he does. That man don't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? He don't get no sleep.
And doesn't desire it, you know. But those are the things that fuels me. You know, I can remember, and me and Reggie talked about this. I remember living in Atlanta a few years ago, and I was stripped of my vision. Like I had no vision. You couldn't ask me, you know,
what you want to do.
It's like I didn't know, and I had so many things that
you could do.
Yeah, right. But I had no vision, and you know, I was on YouTube one day, and I ran across one of his videos, and it said, "Just imagine you being a producer of your own film, a director of your own film," and I was like, "Yeah, that's what I can do," you know, and that's the impact that I'm talking about. You know, so.
And I mean, not to cut you off. I hear that you got a movie. You working on a movie. You got a movie coming out. What's going on with that?
Yes, I
heard that's the grapevine now. So let me know what's going on with that now.
It was something that I really didn't want to talk about. I mean, coming here, I knew I was going to talk about it because it was time to share it. Because I didn't want to share it yet, right? But
we special then.
Of course, but some things you just gotta speak it out.
Yeah.
When society would say, "Oh, don't say nothing till it's done,"
you gonna jinx yourself
all
at
the
this,
jinx and all that, but it's done. It's supposed to be done because I see what's going on.
What's for you is for you, so can't nobody take it.
Good spirits over here anyway.
Exactly.
We ain't nothing but good spirits, good energy over here anyway.
And let me ask you this here. You said before you seen his video, right? And they're saying you can. And you said you was trying to find your vision. So what was your state of mind when you was in that frame, like, damn, I want to do this, but it ain't that you ain't moving forward and doing that, or you got this idea and you don't think that's going to work. But then, like, what was your frame of mind then, before you got that, what you would call it, epiphany, or you know what I'm saying, like
epiphany.
Like when everybody else that would be going through that, and like, see, you heard the voice and you moved on it. So how you can share that with other people that's like, I don't know what I want to do.
That's stagnant, I would
say.
The state of mind that I was in was, I had no mind.
Whoa.
And it's certain things that we will go through in life where you would think it's the enemy that's shutting you down, but it wasn't the enemy. It was time for me to restart.
You had to do a reset.
So I had to shut everything down. It was by will, about force. And that's what God did. You know, let me shut all this down so you can restart,
Regroup.
restore,
Restructure.
regroup, and renew.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came, everything was new. It was fresh.
So you felt new.
Yes.
You felt refreshed.
Right. So along that journey, it was me doing my work on myself, my mind, my heart, my soul, to be a whole woman. Like, I am a healed woman. A lot of women, when you ask them who are you? And they say, oh, I went to Harvard,
I went to Yale.
and I have this
Accolades.
401k and this 6-figure income. Okay,
But who are you?
Who are you?
exactly. I'm a healed woman. I emptied my closet. And the stuff that's still in the closet, it's just not time. I can't do it.
That's in the back. He's gonna get cleaned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the state of mind, it was like I couldn't think, I couldn't tell you nothing. Me and my friends, we would be on the phone like, these people in my life for real.
Right.
You know? And I was in Sobo. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but yeah. So I had to get in, I had to come back in the light, but I came back, refreshed and for sure about what I did. And I've done a lot of things, but this was one of the projects that I didn't have all the tools and the resources, and I was for sure about it. Other projects, I had the money, the resources, the people, it was nothing.
But
I
this
did a
one,
big networking event at G5. AB just gave me the club. And that thing looked like Jeezy was there. So I'm telling you how things will be given to me. But this time, I'm building it block for block. How many times we done the scripts over? Yeah. You see? Spent thousands and
that's
thousands.
because it's. But you know what? That's because it's done with purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not just anything.
Exactly.
So this is something that's gonna be very. It's like your baby.
Mm-hmm.
So you're birthing it. You're reconstructing you through this project.
Yes.
So as you move forward with this project, this is a part of your journey. This is your story. This is your healing, and this is your future. So it's all in one.
What's the one thing you learned about being an author, though? What you learn about yourself about being an author?
Learning how to creatively tell a story.
Okay.
You understand? So it's so many ways we can tell one story. You can tell it your way, I can tell it my way, she can tell it her way. Right? But what people didn't understand was that I can say, okay, we was drinking champagne at the bar, and it was good. That champagne was good. It was on ice. Then you're going to come and say, oh, we was at the bar in Midtown, and the moon was gleaming through the window, shining on the champagne glass, just glistering, that it was shining in my eyes. It's just different ways that you tell
And as
that
I saw
story.
my reflection through the glass.
You understand? So that was something that, as an author, you have to really be able to
Captivate.
paint, paint that picture that people can see it. And
You have to really
sometimes-
illustrate.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to draw it back, or sometimes you got to pour in more.
Yep.
And to really make that story that, people want to hear, it has to you got to make them laugh and make them cry.
All at the same time.
Make them laugh and make them cry. So, people want to see action.
They do. They love
People
drama.
want to see it. Yeah.
Action and drama and romance. They love
Yeah,
it.
so I haven't
All in
only
one.
indulged in urban. I have comedy. I have family. I have a few things that, we just in the paint right now. Our head down. We not putting the carriage before the horse. We taking it step by step, and creating something legendary. And it's been years. It took me over 10 years to finish this book. Getting ghostwriters, hiring the ghostwriters. You hire them and spend money, and once you get it, it's like, I don't like it.
This ain't it. I gotta redo it.
Yeah, it's two ways to the top.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
You either gonna work your way to the top,
Yeah.
or you gonna pay your way
Pay
to
Your
the
way
top.
to the top. You can't fake it. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
You can't fake it. It ain't gonna work.
So we creating something legendary, and it's not just
That's
for
what's
me. Like this is my family, and we have so many, others that's just there in the background, just waiting and really ready to help. I went to, we've been doing a lot of scouting around, looking at what people doing around South Florida, and one thing that really stuck out was that you had filmmakers that were creating things about Miami, but they weren't from Miami.
So they really don't know. They really
Yeah, so it's certain parts of
But I'm gonna tell you, they get the most support though.
Why?
They do.
Why is that?
Because they not from here. You ain't gonna never get that support you seeking from
your
your hometown.
That's the problem for
And
real.
then it's
for real.
gonna take people from the outside to come in and see what you don't see, because it's just like from the outside looking in. Now I've already seen enough. I could go take this shit and take it over here to my town, and
I think we
paint
getting
a
better
picture.
though. I think we getting better.
I was just about to say that. I'm just about to say that.
I think we getting
it's
better though.
It's a new day.
Yeah, we getting better though.
It's a new day
Yeah,
because I
yeah, we
think
getting
that
better.
our people are stepping up to the plate. They're not being junkyard no more.
Yeah,
Okay,
we getting better.
like people are really pouring into their product, their business.
And,
and
and supporting each other.
but
Supporting each other.
it took outsiders to come in
Yeah.
right
and take over though some shit.
Exactly. So we have to appreciate what we have the first time. See, folks want to appreciate it after you go to this club and then homie from New York, telling you, get back. And you like,
Nigga, I'm from here, right? This
yeah, nigga, what you did with your money. But it's all good because we only know what we know. You understand?
Yeah.
We got to stop doing nigger business.
say that again.
We gotta stop doing nigga business, brown bag business.
Bad.
And
Brown
that's
bag business.
and this goes back to what I said between the '80s and the early 2000s. Is a lot of it just hustle. A nigga come there with a brown paper bag. They don't even have them in the grocery store no more.
Yeah.
Full of money. Ready to do a big business deal, but he ain't got the money.
Mindset. Or the
Shit
conversation.
is
He got
different
the
now.
vision,
He got the
but
money.
He got the
but he
mind.
got the mind.
different.
So now we got to step up to the plate. Let me tell you something. The kids that's coming up today, they might not have the muscle and the grit that we had, but they are smart.
Smart.
So the gangsters ain't about who's selling the most dope. It ain't about who got the biggest gun. You know what the gangster is? That nigga who could do this contract and he know how to
could build his
explain
website,
it.
who could
He
do
know
that.
how to go in there and say he want to talk to the manager and that shit get. He gangster.
Build a Fortune 500 company.
That's right. He gangster.
Alright.
And guess what? His gun legal. It's over with. Why we got to go and stand in line at the jailhouse and all that stuff? I don't want to do it.
And I don't want to send nobody to do it.
Right. I don't want to do it. We don't have to go through those measures anymore. But that's gangster now. And niggas, let me say, our black men are becoming more conscious now. That's just like single moms. You having less and less single moms. You have dads who really want to
Wanna
be
a
dads
part
now.
of it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
he's proud to be a dad. He's not leaving. And if him and the baby mama not together no more, they going they co-parenting.
yeah.
He want to take care of his child.
Want to be part. He
So
want
it's
to
a
be part
lot
of his
of
child.
they
Good
become
with him
more
is.
and more
Yeah, part of
conscious.
his child.
I know, right?
They fighting for it.
Go with the egg.
They coming up now.
She said they come.
They
Oh,
20
they ain't here yet, y'all.
25.
They ain't here yet.
They our kids. But it's something to be proud about because the elevation is happening, and so now it really give us something to look at. We see change. We do, and we can support them. All these young boys, like they have credit cards.
Everything.
Back in the
day, we didn't know what no credit
ain't no
cards
credit
was.
card. We was so junkyard.
Yeah.
They'll go to the
Baby, they were
go
putting
to the
cable in
airport
my
with
name,
cash.
and I was
Go
on
buy
the
some
7.
tickets, cash.
Yeah, cash. Yeah, I ain't do cash. I deal with cash.
Driving with no driver's
I had
license.
cable bills in my name at 7 years old.
No, you're not doing that no more.
I see you are on a couple shows, you know, yourself like Love and Hip Hop and other things. You know what I'm saying? You know, I see you. I mean, how did that play? How did that play? You know, a part in your own movie.
Whew. Well, Love and Hip Hop plays nothing in my movie. But listen.
Cause they swear they
I
do.
just want to know what you learned from Love and Hip Hop. That's gonna make you. I mean, did you learn anything? Okay.
What I learned is how production is done.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't learn it from. Oh, you know what? Let me be quiet.
She learned it from Love and Hip Hop. That's how production is done. Because you can have an impactful story, right? But if it's not for everybody,
Come on.
you know, it's almost like they get to go to the union hall on you. You know? Wow.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna elaborate on what you saying.
All right.
The thing I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this,
Come on, girl.
but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's in my throat.
They might kick you off Love and Hip Hop.
They might. Ooh. Stop in the name of Jesus.
Go ahead.
I love all y'all on production. Please don't fire me. But you can't have no white man telling a black ghetto story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what y'all got over there in Love and Hip Hop?
Miami, not in Atlanta. But that's why Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is so successful. Because you have a black man that's gone through poverty, that's gone through the struggle, and got their multi-million-dollar show over there producing it. When over here you got a little white motherfucker from the suburbs that don't know shit. The set is unorganized. Production lost as hell. They don't know what's going on.
Oh,
And
boy.
this little white motherfucker that still got Similac in his throat and sucking on his mama finger, trying to tell a black folks story. You ain't, baby, you don't know. You don't know me. Yeah.
Okay.
We felt that thing. That's smoke for
So let
me.
me tell you how I feel about this, sis.
Come on, girl.
That the reason why I feel is like that because the people who live in real life in Miami, see, the people who live in real life in
They don't
Miami
wanna
is
show them.
living with the fugitive mentality,
And they are.
right? So,
But
we
that's
gonna
what
go
love.
back to back
That's what
then.
love and hip hop is, though.
No, the people who live is not on there because they don't want people in their life. So that's one thing that Atlanta people is we the streets down here.
For real. No, for real.
Everything is about money
Money.
and it's
It
a
is.
major issue for real.
It is.
So people was doing all type of hustling to get money, so they did not want people in their business. So the lit people, they don't want to get on TV and open their door. They
They
don't want
not.
about their
Nah,
phone
know
number.
their business,
Remember
they don't
back
know
then, you
that.
couldn't bring nobody to their house. Oh, we can't go to Johnny's house. You don't want to
Yeah,
buy no
yeah,
way.
Right.
You
You.
see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. So everything has to be forced and fabricated and embellished. So that gives the other people, like you say, leverage to come in. So let me just direct y'all because we got to make this shit up anyway.
Yeah.
Because see, the true shit ain't being told. Because
But I get so tired of telling the same fucking story. I'm so sick of this shit.
well,
We've been
mine-
at this
mine
shit
was
for
a true
months. Okay,
story.
I mean, I ain't mean to make it personal.
There's no expiration date on the truth, is it?
No, seriously. Well, the story that I'm a part of is true. And see, like I tell them, I don't know how to fake it. Either I'm doing it or I ain't doing it. And so I'm not finna get on here and you're not finna fucking hold the phone and tell me what to say when that ain't what was said. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck was said. And if she slap her, then she just slapped the bitch. And that's what it is. Like, I can't fabricate nothing. That's just,
But sometimes, you know something? Let me tell you something. Sometimes you can think that this avenue is an avenue that you're gonna it might look good for you.
Sit back, walk, sit back.
Real talk. You might think like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. But at the same time, that ain't your avenue. You need to be doing something else. So you getting you at this point in your life like, man, I'm doing it, and you getting mad, you complaining, you getting frustrated. It's like, man, maybe this ain't the little lane I'm supposed to be at anyway.
I ain't gonna lie.
You said you just got out of prison.
Not just got out.
Nah, not just got
He
out.
been out.
He got out.
He been out.
You got out. He got out in 98. You got out before me. You got 98. I got
Said that
out
was the
99.
first time.
First time. The second
Yeah,
time
yeah,
I got
yo,
out.
yeah. That's right. I forgot.
I was saying Walter came out so a few years ago
yeah,
now.
you got out. Yeah.
When you
I
come
heard
home?
that.
We met in prison.
Oh wow.
That's why they tell you day
Maybe.
one. You know what I'm saying? Day one don't mean there wasn't
They didn't grow up with
they
you.
didn't, you know what I'm saying? That been my day one when we met, like in 90 something.
That's
You know
why
what I'm saying?
That she say, you know me. I like to ask questions. She's
Ask
so
questions.
on point with everything. It's like
You ain't got no questions to ask, do you,
she's like
Walt?
one of the homies. Real talk. She's like one of the homies because everything is like, damn, man. She just it's just that communication, that gel. You know how we be rapping. She right there on the porch with us.
She like, you know what you give me, you know what you give me, right? You know what vibe you
Big
give me?
C's.
I'm gonna tell you what vibe you give me, right? You give me like that pretty gangster. Excuse my French.
Bitch. I knew you was gonna say that.
You feel me? That's like my little sister type of shit. Like,
what's that mafia bitch name? She remind me of like a mob chick.
that's some shit.
I like that.
That's some shit.
Cause you don't know how she coming. Cause you get this beautiful ass female,
You said what you said.
and then you look at her and you like, okay. But then she sit down and she open her mouth.
She like,
And you
when
like-
I seen her, when I
Wait
seen
a
her-
minute. Hold up, this motherfucker got some brains. Wait. We can't fuck over her. We need to give us a second. We need to talk because now she finna fuck us up.
Let me squeeze this in. Let me
Go ahead, squeeze it in.
Let me
Squeeze it.
But the whole time,
See,
you
see-
finna
you
wait.
see-
But the whole time, cause I just created my whole damn story, so I'm finna say it.
Say it.
But
Say
the
it
whole
fast,
time-
alright? Say it fast.
No, cause then you gonna get it too quick. So the whole time, the nigga in the back that you think your nigga, he already done swap sides with you, and he on her side. So now you dead, and you don't even know it. And you sit down and she ain't saying shit, and she just lit her blunt. Now that was the curse. Not the nigga ready in the back, two of them in the corner, your biggest man, cause she gonna go for the head honcho. Y'all, this shit is crazy.
Man, I love it, man.
know what?
I love it.
I done created it.
Yes.
It's done.
Yes.
I love it.
Listen, we need her on our team.
Y'all. That shit. I'm right here, dang.
But you know what?
I'm good.
One of the things that really like stuck out to me when you said that was you went to prison, y'all met the first
Yeah,
time.
in
Yeah.
prison. We met in prison.
It's like, and I was talking to Booby about this the other day. Remember, you know how, dudes are doing time and they get out there like, damn, like dog was doing good. Damn, dog that got jammed up again. And that's because dog trying to find out like what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the money that we seen and the things we experience is a blessing and a curse, because it's like dog had done got money before and now he talking about a job. These crackers talking about I can't use my phone. Like what?
Man,
Then they talking about $15 an hour. He going back. He got a woman who he used to be,
yeah.
moving shit with. Now he count his shit before he go to the grocery store. Like, baby, why you got the Publix brand?
You got to change, man.
So he feeling like no man. So anger is kicking in, right? Shame kicking in, right? Man, I gotta get
Pridefulness is kicking in all that, yep.
And I've seen that with a lot of guys that I know personally. Like, damn, dog. Like my oldest
case.
daughter, my oldest daughter, dad, Lil Bob. Shout out to Lil Bob. From Alapata. Bob got 21 lives. Every time he go to prison, he get the fuck out. But go right
So
back.
he got 21.
No, and I'm serious. You understand, but let's go. Let's take a memory jog.
Mm-hmm.
Call some name. What about dog just got out?
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
Went right back.
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
didn't know what to do.
Cause they be lost.
He been in what, 30 years?
You know,
He lost, and then this shit is foreign to them.
They don't even know
This
how to
shit
use the
foreign.
phones
That's what I'm
properly.
saying. This shit foreign.
So it's like,
I'm gonna tell you something, right? Just a little quick story, right? Like, I met this dude. I met
Whoa.
the Walt in prison. I think I met him in '96. Okay.
Damn.
And I met Walker in '96. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't even stay. I didn't even stay in the same prison he was at. I didn't even stay there alone because I got kicked out the prison because I started some shit and they kicked me out. It's something diesel therapy. They call that shit diesel therapy. Where they have you here, have you there. But we met, and then it was crazy when they told me he was from Carol City, and so I like, you from Carol City? He was like, I said, yeah, what's up, man? You know, and then we just hooked up. But to say this or say that, when I got out in '99, the first nigga that came to me, here you go, boy, and gave me $5 band, put in your pocket. Same thing. Ross came when I was working at News Cafe on South Beach. Ross, Gunplay, him and Gunplay came, and Torch came. Then I'm in the back cooking, and then they call me. You got some people in the front want to see you. I go. That was him. That's before he was Ross. Now this was end of '99.
right.
He came and he blessed me what he had and this and that. So, you know, I say this to say that, man. And then that day one, it don't mean you grew up in the toddlers and all
together.
that. Nah. That nigga been solid with me since we met in '96. And we out, you know what I'm saying? And then he right here. You feel me? So it's like, that's what it is.
And that's the thing. A lot of guys get out and they're not blessed like that, right? So when he get out, he don't have a car.
Yep.
He had to come stay at his mama house. You know, it's not that great appealing of a
Right.
place.
Right. Especially where you came from to see where you at. But you know, pride mess up a lot of things, man.
It does.
Having too much pride sometimes mess up. Sometimes pride make you miss out on your blessing.
And
Too
your
much
ego.
pride make you miss out on your
Yeah,
blessing.
and it'll have you alone. But the pride ain't him just really being proudful. His pride is like, damn, I don't like this.
Right.
Yeah.
This ain't what I'm
I don't
used
feel
to.
this, so I'm gonna hide that. You know, I got on my nice outfit, but I'm really about to go over here. You know, in the projects with my mama or my auntie, my sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, how many dudes ride around like that for real? But a man, it's gonna make him feel some type of way, you know, and it should. I believe that nigga go do anything to go get that chicken. Don't sit here and lay on me, because too many niggas lay on women. But, you know, you can't save everybody. You can't just say, oh, I ain't gonna send my man out there or whatever. No, he gonna send you out there.
Right. He
A
showed.
nigga put me on the road with 40 blocks. So, you gonna go...
Say
you gonna
that
go
shit.
Get that money.
Right.
You gonna get, I don't know, go steal some cars.
Go do what you gotta do.
Go sell it to the people with the hubcaps. All you gotta do something. And I respect the nigga who go and work, cause I seen my daddy work and hustle.
So it can be done.
I seen my dad do this. You know, a man that wasn't even from America. So you know he gotta go do it, but he really gotta, you know, make sure that he kind of around the right people to kind of give him opportunity and resources.
The circle definitely plays a big
Oh
role.
yeah.
Resources, like I pray for resources. I don't pray for money.
Man, oh
I don't
my
even
God.
want-
When you get the
Let me tell you
resources, the
something.
money gonna come.
Resources.
That's what I always said. I said
I
I
say,
would
send me
take
people.
connections.
And you the
I would take
connection. That's how we
connection over
operate
money.
here. Yeah, any
all the
day,
time.
any day.
Send me people
All the
And,
time.
Yeah, my circle's small, but my circle different. Like
Just like mine.
they hold me accountable for doing stuff.
That's right. It's supposed to.
Who that sound? Who
And
that
not
sound like?
just
Pop?
that, they give me the tools, like
Yes.
everything, and that's a gift. That's why you gotta appreciate things the first.
Time.
I appreciate
Yes.
y'all,
Aww.
but then I learn about myself. Like I ain't that easy.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
So it take her to come on here to say that.
I always said I appreciate y'all. Don't do that.
Where you from? Here, yeah.
Zam. How y'all know that?
I want to see Big Boogie so bad.
Girl, why you want to see him?
Because I just like his.
I went to school. I went to school with him.
I like energy. The same way Ross get on stage and captivated.
I know all them.
enjoy.
Everybody from over there.
Yeah.
Boogie, but y'all know what? How y'all see Boogie is how he is for real, in real life. Yeah. He don't hide nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have nothing. And Glow used to be more outgoing. She, she got a little Hollywood. But it's cool. She still that bitch, though.
Yeah.
Glory Hollywood.
Yeah, but when you get in that chicken, boy, some things change now. You
Oh,
know?
Trust me, we know.
You know, went from the wing.
Get that money on.
But it's crazy when you watch
That
these
money.
people grow up like you done seen them and you done grew up with them. And you know you ain't there for real. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
See, see.
2 T's in the bucket.
Yeah, but you know what? It's cool that, people change and they might not
But
be
you
that.
supposed to change,
Yeah,
though. You
you-
supposed
you
to, but
at least
change
try.
for the better.
At least try.
Change for the better, But
Change for the better.
Not the, like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was out there in that world, I've always been the same though. I kind of like, I always been laid back. When I was out in that world, you feel what I'm saying? I always been laid back, and I always been a home dude, a homebody. I go handle what I gotta handle
And
come
go home.
You feel what I'm saying? And then my most thing when I was out there, I was out of town. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it really never changed me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I was so laid back. And I think also too, I was the only child. I was spoiled. Mom and dad spoiled me. I was
He don't
spoiled
even
ass
know
Haitian.
He don't even know if he changed. Right. Cause he say he stayed the same.
Right.
But-
And it happened to me. I was Haitian. I ain't had nothing. I was dirty. I was whatever. When I got that money, I got money now.
Get in your mic. You getting a little too excited.
When I get passionate about certain conversations,
You going crazy. That's it.
I'm like, damn, boy.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. When I got in the industry and coming from the hood,
I didn't even know that. Oh, that was DJ.
Yeah.
nah, when I
I'm sorry.
nah,
thought
but
it was all
when I got in the industry and coming from the hood, cause I ain't gonna lie, in the hood where I'm from in Memphis, I didn't know that we was poor for real, cause we had fun.
Yeah.
We had we lived like I felt like that was life.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit now, this shit is crazy.
And you know what? I feel you because it was 5 of us, and then my family from the island, so we always had a cousin or 2.
Yeah,
that was living with us.
don't go
in
more
our
than
3
5.
bedroom,
baby.
Girl,
when I tell you that 3-bedroom looks so big,
Hey, that was like
man. When I tell you, and I went back to my childhood home back in Memphis. I said, damn, this house little as hell. But we made pallets. We slept on the floor. We had our cousins in there. Baby, that looked like a big house to us.
What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo, baby. Everybody love us.
Oh, okay. I'm a Capricorn. But just what you said kind of just stuck out with us because in that same house was my parents' first house when they moved here, right? And so, 25 years later, I went and bought the house, me and my sisters and brothers, and fixed it up for my mom. And we looked at this house and said, this house is so little.
But it was so big when you were little, wasn't it?
But I don't like being by myself. I like a house full of it. I like a house full. I like
And
this.
that's me. I can't be. Because we so family oriented.
Yes.
That we grew around. Our cousin was our cousin sister, our cousin brother.
Ain't
You
nothing
know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
refrigerator yours. You left that shit in the refrigerator.
That shit was gone. Okay. That shit was gone. By the end of the night,
share.
baby, we knew how to share though. These kids don't know how to do shit. But now, like, it's just, man, I be telling my kids, like, y'all sitting up here crying over a fucking iPad. We ain't had no damn iPad. We was crying to go outside and play. We wanted to go cross the street and
smell
play
like
with
the
our friends.
sun.
Right. Now, I'm telling you now, I can't stand being outside. I hate being hot. I hate sweat.
I was a straight tomboy.
I was too.
Yeah.
But I used to want to play football so bad. I could not. They wouldn't let me. Girl, they threw me on the major red squad cheerleading and the motherfucking track team. But I did it. But nah, like man, times is so different now.
I was
It's so
hunting in the
different.
woods.
Right? We was hunting too. I was with my dad in the country. We were hunting. Wild game.
Dutchess of Miami.
That's
what's
what's
up.
in Miami, 305.
305.
Is
Yeah.
there anything you want to tell the people? Anything else you want to say before we close out?
Tell the young ladies. I'm gonna say that because we don't say nothing to the young women. We always say them. But we gonna say the young women because y'all.
I really have a real, soft spot for women. Young women. My youngest daughter, 24 years old.
Okay.
So her friends, they always to the house and I listen to them talk. Some of them be crying, boyfriend stuff. And, I laugh because I've been through all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, like, girl, don't you know in a couple years you going to hate that you even
like that
him?
nigga.
You going to be mad you gave him your stuff? So I think that young women really, focus on
You
getting to know yourself.
love
And
yourself.
fueling your own dreams. Because right now today, men, and it's not a younger man thing, it's not a older man thing. Men they are validating women the same way a woman used to validate a man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what they doing. They want to know what you drive, what you doing, what you working with, all that stuff. They look like you, right? So you got to know what you getting into. And there's a lot of women feeling like, and I'm not saying they wrong, I'm just saying this is what it is, that they're coming to the table, saying I'm going to do the 50-50. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. What I'm saying is, you go ahead and get yourself together before you go him and give him 50.
Of anything.
Exactly. And you got to pursue your dreams. It's just too many things out here. Everything that we got to do, we got to make sure it's that thing.
Stop making it easy for these men.
Rememberable and legendary.
Yes.
You can't do shit just to do it.
Do it with a purpose.
Have your soul attached to it.
You have to. That's what I think that, women need to, focus on now. Get to know yourself. There's a lot of women don't know. I'm just getting to know myself.
All this time.
Yeah.
It's a memorable
Because
show.
women lose themselves.
You know
And
what?
women, because we're so nurturing
That's right.
and so loving, regardless.
And you know what? We want somebody that's why I don't get excited. Too much excite me.
I used
For real.
It
Don't
used
too much
to.
excite me.
Yeah.
Because people change their mind all the time.
All the
Things
time.
change, good or bad.
But Dutchess, you know what I started doing? Because I'm a very loving and caring person. I started expecting the worst from everybody. No, I don't even hope for the best. I hope for tomorrow. But I expect the worst. And everybody that comes to me is a liar. That's where, when you do tell the truth, I'm like, okay, you passed that one. But I used to have expectations for people. I don't.
And
I only have expectations for myself because I can only control me.
So when we do that, and I've been there where I didn't have, I can remember in a relationship, and I would tell him that I didn't expect shit from him. But I thought that was a good thing that I was saying because of the girl that I was. When these niggas
Right.
think I want to use them.
Use
or
them. I
whatever.
don't want nothing from you.
Like,
Just
first of
love
all,
me.
We gotta be we gonna be initially when you meet somebody, you're gonna be attracted for something.
For one, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's a good thing, but then you get to know that person. But long story short, remember I said I went through that very vulnerable place and apologetic place in my life where I was telling them I didn't expect anything. But guess what happened? I got nothing.
Because you didn't expect
Because I didn't
nothing.
expect nothing.
So you got
Because
nothing.
I'm
But you
walking
wanted
around
something.
hurt. Yeah.
Right.
That's juicy.
Be careful.
boy.
Be careful. We need a part two. Because look,
This show right here is so.
it's going to piss you off and wake you up.
But G, you know what I learned though? Real talk from a man and a woman.
What you
You
learn,
got
Walt?
to have certain standards.
Facts.
For yourself.
That's
For
right.
The
yourself.
woman and the man. You
For
can't say,
yourself.
well, like how she says, she ain't want nothing. Nah, I do want something.
What you said.
You know what I'm saying?
I used to be like that
You know
too.
what excites me? I ain't gonna lie.
What
You know
excites you? What excites you?
Conversations.
Come on, Walt.
That's what
But
they say.
you gotta be that man that's not so hurt, because dudes be hurt, broken,
And they don't even know
and
it.
all that stuff, right? They know it. They just hide it.
They
real
hide it.
good,
well, yeah,
Hide
because
it.
society
And
has
that's
told
a
them
part
to.
of they
Yes,
character. Exactly.
it is.
So basically, he feeling like, oh, she just want to use me for my money, and because he's broken. So I can't even tell her. But if you meet a man that's confident and secure about himself, he know you like him for his money. Because guess what? We are attracted to leaders.
We are.
Talk to him.
What's your sign? Oh, you're Capricorn.
Capricorn, it's a Capricorn.
Man, talk.
Hey man, that's why I love my wife, baby. I love you.
Yeah.
That's real,
Attracted
though.
to leaders. So a leader gonna have $2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I want.
And you
Do
know what?
think
And
I'm gonna
you got
sort it out?
$2 and you got you a real chick beside you. She gonna make that $2 $4. Come on
So
now.
why should you, make a commitment with going
What's
something?
that?
You know you like to drink champagne every day. So you gonna make that commitment. Now you gonna be picking up Wild Irish Rose.
Nah.
You feel me?
Nah.
You went. That's the standard. And you know what? I ain't even gonna talk about that. But
Talk about it. Talk about it.
This show is
We
this
can
show.
shut the show down.
This show we can't even shut this show down.
Right
We
there.
can't even shut
I
this show
can't.
down. We
We'll
can't.
leave it for the next show.
Hey,
For the next
hey, nah, we can't shut it down. We can't shut it. I mean,
But let me tell you this. Where a lot of our influence from Miami come from.
show.
So we on a block. Let's say we in a city like Murder Grove, right?
Yeah.
Middle class or whatever. You got 3-4 houses on the block. One house, they got their little yard, their little gate with the little, silver thing. The little mailbox sitting right there, little dog, little mutt in the yard, right?
Okay.
Then you got the other house, so that's the working family. The daddy work for the post office and the mama
Nice, real nice.
work at the elementary school, right?
In the cafeteria.
They got their little
with you.
Buick in their yard. Be shaking it. They gotta warm it up in the morning before they go, right?
Okay.
Then you got the next house, right? She got a little Bordeaux, but the screen hanging, right? The yard ain't cut, no nothing. It's patchy. That's the single mama right there.
Yeah,
3 mismatched kids, right? Then you got the next house. They got the barcade with the lion
The lion heads.
and the grass cut.
Looking pretty.
And lined
Manicure.
up
Then
pretty.
they got the
Manicure.
concrete mailbox,
That's
right?
the stay-at-home mama.
Yeah.
With
And
the-
then
No, that's the.
They got the carport.
That's a
with
street
the
dude
little
there.
pebbles
Oh, that's the street
street
nigga.
dude.
That's the
That's the street
hustler.
dude.
Okay.
right there.
Okay, because I was.
So you a kid coming from school, you got your hot sausage and your pickle egg. You walking, from school and you looking.
I want to be that.
Yeah, I want to go over there to we finna go over there to Harry them house. They daddy give us dollars to go to the grocery to go to the ice cream.
And then he come
You
to the
say
gate.
some, this is so real what you're
Look,
saying.
come to the gate, give you $5. Hey, little man, how was your day today?
That's right. And tell
Take
him
this
and tell his mama.
and tell his
hi.
mama, hey,
You feel what I'm saying?
why
She
his
get
bitch in the
paid.
house?
Cause you understand something now. You like,
Damn, what he
shit,
do?
I
What
don't
they
want to
do?
be no teacher.
Right.
I don't want to work for
Dutch,
the post office.
Dutch, let me stop you real quick. I gotta say this. When I was in the 6th grade, I'm on a school bus. Guess what? Everybody want to be this, want to be that. You know what I wanted to be? I wanted to be like George, the guy that was on the corner selling dope. I wanted to be just like George. I
That's
said,
right.
man, I want to be like George.
That's right.
And guess what? I dropped out of college my 3rd year to be like George.
That's right. But
Just-
the drug dealers in those days, those was the superheroes though.
They was.
So a lot of men went to prison and lost their life. They was good men. They just knew what they knew because before the crack, the niggas was robbing trains, right?
They was.
So all them, they became crackheads and they got HIV. They was shooting up. That was that time, right? So then you got the crack pandemic, and that's when, it was looking, real spectacular. So we got a lot of influence, and there's a lot of growth going on in the 305, and it just take people like us to, to meet each other. to see how we can help each other, because you never know. I might need a studio. You know, it's like, you know what? Dutchess came through. She showed some love. You know, I tell my daughter all the time, you going to eat. You ain't going to never be starving. And somebody going to move you from the back of the line and put you in front of the line. You know why? I put a lot of seeds, good seeds, out here on fertile soil. Somebody going to look out for her.
Dutchess, I want to tell you thank you for coming through the show. This is one of the longest shows. We're going to cut this show in two. We're going to have to cut it
We're
in
gonna have to come back.
2 episodes. But ain't nothing
This show
though,
touched me.
because this is
I ain't
deep.
gonna lie.
So hey, this is your house. So you got the number. You already know what it is. You got anything going on, PapaZoe, what you doing, such and such, man. Let me come through, whatever. It's open house. And I love the vibe. This is a long show. I love it, though. I love it. We're going to have to bring this.
It don't even seem like it was that long.
Yeah.
It's almost 11
beautiful.
o'clock,
Exactly.
y'all. Damn.
Hey.
I gotta hit the road.
Hey. Thank you, Dutchess, for coming through.
And thank the team, the home
Thank
team
your
back
team
there.
over
Thank
there.
y'all so much.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Always
Appreciate y'all,
pull up to
man.
the
We
team.
out.